This is a picture of me from when my trichotillomania, which is a hair pulling disorder, was at its worst.
Hey guys, welcome to Pretty Unfiltered. Today's guest is Arden Rose.
That's me!
It's Arden! Okay guys, so you guys know her. She has her amazing YouTube channel. She's also an actress. And you've loved her tutorials, her hauls, and she also just gets real. And that's why I'm really excited that you're on the show today, because that's kind of what we do here. We get real, we talk about our issues and insecurities and what's going on in our lives, and just kind of tell people that they're not alone.
I love that. That's something I've been doing recently with my channel. I do a lot of like Q&A type stuff that's a little bit more informative. Like I have a sex Q&A coming out soon.
Ooh, I'm gonna watch that one, sister.
Things
Sexy.
Get real saucy.
So you've talked about Okay, honestly, I don't know anything about trichotillomania.
Trichotillomania.
Okay.
Ready?
Trichotillomania.
Nailed it. Yes. That was great.
Okay, so can you explain what trichotillomania is? Because you've talked about it on your channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to link to that video in the caption below.
By the way, you can call it trich if you want to.
Trich.
Trichotillomania is a huge chunk of words. It really is.
It's where you pull out your eyebrow hair, your eyelashes, your actual hair, right?
Yeah, well, it's actually, any hair on your body. Technically, is
Wow,
trichotillomania.
okay.
It's a mania, which the same thing about like any kind of obsessive compulsive disorder that you have. There's like a compulsion to do something even though it might be harmful, and a lot of people find it like a comfort zone.
But we all have our things, and I think one important thing to note is that 2.5 million people deal with this.
Yeah.
It's not just a random thing. A lot more people are probably dealing with it than you think.
Yeah, they're just really good at eyeliner. They're super fleeky. That's all I'm saying.
Fleeky.
It's true. It's true. Like people, the thing is, once you've dealt with the disorder enough, you learn how to hide it really well, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like it was definitely a comfort zone for me, but also, being embarrassed about something, once that happens, you go home and you feel bad about yourself. All you want is a comfort zone again, so you pick again.
Totally.
So it's like a vicious cycle where you make yourself feel bad for something that you can't control, and then you go out in public and feel bad for it, and then you come back home and repeat the cycle.
And that's the thing, like for me, I'm just curious, when did you start doing this?
Good question. So it was like a weird transition into it, but most of the time, trich either manifests itself when you're very, very young.
Okay.
So like babies have trich.
Really?
Yeah.
And they just subconsciously are doing it?
Most of the time you grow out of it by the time you're 3 years old. But if you don't grow out of it and you don't manifest it when you're younger, but you have like the genetic code that would cause that, it'll manifest itself when you become an adolescent. So I was 13, 14 when it started happening.
Okay.
And I would just put loads of mascara on, and I really liked pulling the clumps out of my mascara. Even, it's kind of satisfying to get the clumps out.
Getting that out,
Yeah, but it got to the point where I was like, oh, if I just keep applying mascara, I can pull out all these clumps. And then
Totally.
Eyelashes followed, and then I would do it with brow gel as well. And then it just became a big old cycle of not fun.
And it's, when you're 13, that's coming of age, right?
Yeah.
So what were you going through at the time? Was there anything that was triggering it?
I just didn't have a great friend group growing up. I didn't relate to a lot of girls my age.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was just like on a different path than a lot of other people, which ended up being a good thing.
Always a good thing, in my opinion.
Always a good thing. Like, don't go down the beaten path.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Pave your own way.
Way more fun that way.
Totally.
But yeah, it was just something where I think the pressures of being young and in high school and like wanting to be pretty and liked and, whatever that stupid bullshit is when you're younger.
Totally.
I mean,
Wanting
it
to fit
follows
in.
you. It always follows you, but like you get used to tuning out the noise.
Did anybody actually notice that you didn't have eyelashes or like sparse brows? How does that work?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was never like terrible, but I think we also have to remember that when you're doing your eyebrows when you're really young, or you're doing your like mascara or like whatever, you're not great at it.
The sperm.
Oh,
adorable.
I love that everyone's calling them sperm brows. You're not great at it, and especially if you don't have any guidelines, like you just have brow bone.
Totally.
It's like, honey, you're gonna have some weird brows for a little bit.
You think you're killing it, but really it's like, take
you're
it down a
not.
notch.
Normally I would check in a mirror to see what I looked like before I went to school, so that I could just make sure that it wasn't terrible and then move on.
Yeah.
And I forgot to check, so I just went to school. And I went into the bathroom and I looked and I was like, oh my God, they're gone. All of them are gone. Like normally I had like at least a sparse line.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I was like, oh my God. And so I rummaged around in my backpack because I kept some makeup with me occasionally.
Totally.
And I found a brown liquid liner, like for your eyes. And I was like,
You're about to hack it. You're about to do a hack here.
About to make this thing work. And I had literal Sharpie brows. Like,
I mean, bless.
Bad. And it was waterproof eyeliner, so it looked like it could peel off like paint. Like, I'm not kidding. It was so bad. I had someone in my French class go, "Your brows look weird today." And I was like, well,
Thanks, dude.
yeah, you're
Girl,
cool. Thanks,
whoever.
whatever. Yeah, but it's high schoolers, they don't know any better. People just say stuff. They don't think they're big offensive.
Filters are necessary sometimes.
They are. Unless you're pretty unfiltered.
I mean, yeah.
Hey.
I love that so much.
So then the second instance where it was just kind of like, oh, this is when I decided I didn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
I was doing cheerleading, and I used to have to put on like a full face of makeup before I would do anything because I didn't want people to see. And we had really rigorous runs. And as you know from living in Texas, hot and humid.
Humid,
Girl.
melting.
Super hot down there. Okay, and so you'd be running for an hour and a half. Everything up here is going to be down here.
Oh, 100%.
By the end of your run. And there was a girl on our cheer squad that I did not like. And she sat down next to me and was like, and straight up felt my brow bone. I was like, delicate area.
Excuse.
Do not touch. A bubble.
Who touches people's faces?
Cheerleaders.
Obviously.
Don't know. But yeah, she touched my eyebrow and was like, there's nothing there. And I was like, yeah. She was like, what happened to them? Like, I think she probably thought they burned off or something, like a cartoon. Like, there was a small explosion and my eyebrows burned off. Yeah. And I was like, well, I pulled them all out. And that was the first time I'd ever told anyone in public that was a thing.
But see, I think that's super empowering.
Yeah,
I know a lot
yeah.
of 16-year-olds that are probably thinking, oh, I'd be like, ah.
Yeah, freak out.
Yeah.
But I think I was just like, whatever. Like, I've been dealing with this for nearly 3 years now. I'm kind of done.
This is me.
Yeah,
Yep.
whatever. You've seen me in every form. Like, whatever. And so I was like, oh, I pulled them all out. And she was like, why would you do that? And I was like, I don't know. Because I don't know. My body just does it. Like, I don't have... Do you think I would not do it if I could not do it?
Totally.
Boom.
Okay, so at some point you went to a doctor, right?
Yes.
And you said, listen, I'm doing this.
What's the deal, bro?
Help me.
Help.
And what did he say? Because sometimes doctors can steer you on an even worse
very
path,
weird
and you're like,
path.
help.
Yes. Because the thing about trichotillomania is there's no cure for it. Like, you just have it, and like you'll go through bouts of really feeling it strongly, and then you won't feel it for 6 months. The diagnosis came from a better therapist. She was like, oh, yeah, I know what's up with you. You need to talk about everything that you're dealing with internally, and then this will get better once you deal with it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because I internalize so much stress, and you just take it out on yourself.
Totally.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's like when you subconsciously bite your cuticle skin or bite your nails.
Or your lip or whatever.
Exactly.
It's a very similar thing. And for some people, it is an incredibly severe disorder. And in high school, it was severe. I would get like eye infections and like I would have like really scabby eyebrows. It was gross. It was a grody time.
Yeah.
But you deal with it and it's fine. I really sympathize with the people that have like scalp disorders like that.
So I'm looking at you and you look amazing. I see full brows, right? I mean, I'm not noticing, and I obviously we're wearing makeup.
Yeah.
But you just have been not suppressing it, but you've been able to manage it now.
So, boyfriend is amazing. Boyfriend is amazing.
Support system.
It's true. Just any kind of support system. If you're struggling with it, like tell the people around you immediately what's going on. And like if your hands go near your eyes, other than to itch them,
they should keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Love that.
It really helps. It really does. And it can be very embarrassing to have to tell people, but fortunately I'm such an extrovert that I'm like, just help me. I think like once you recognize that you have a problem, it's that much easier to deal with it.
Has YouTube helped you in any sense to help deal with this?
If you can talk to someone else about it, if you can feel camaraderie online and find forums where people are also struggling with it and giving tips and tricks on how they deal with it, it can help you feel like there is hope in whatever you're dealing with.
And I love that because a lot of times the advice people give is surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
Have good friendships.
That's hard to find in real life.
But it is really hard, especially it's like, well, I've been trying. Like, don't you think I would want that in my life? So online can be a great, safe haven.
It took me a long time to tell someone in person what the problem was, but I had talked about it online for years.
You prepared yourself.
Yeah. And by the time that it happened, it was like not a big deal anymore. Because I was already comfortable. I already had like my support system to help me.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Ooh.
One of those throwback questions.
Well, I mean, I keep repeating this, but the main motto is stop giving a crap. Because ultimately, people are all narcissistic. Like, they care about themselves, the way they look.
Yes.
They care about what you think about them.
Yep.
they never actually care about what's going on with your face. Like, you don't have to worry about it. You can go to school, and if someone thinks it looks weird, they're gonna like be thinking more about chicken nuggets at lunchtime than your face by the end of the day. Like, no one actually cares. So you shouldn't care in turn.
I love that.
You know?
Useful advice. So we have something very important to talk about on Go 90.
Yes,
I'll let you do the honors.
Oh, yes. So I am in a new series that's coming out on Go 90 called Mr. Student Body President.
Okay, what's it about?
It's amazing. It's about this kid named Tyler Prendergast, who is the student body president.
Okay.
Current reigning student body president. And I am his chief of staff.
Yes!
So, yes, I am cutthroat. I'm a cutthroat bitch.
Love this.
And yeah, it's amazing though, because it's a lot of like him trying to fight against the principal, which is like the powers that be.
Okay.
Trying to get his way in the political climate of high school. And it's very interesting because it does kind of juxtapose like current political situations with high school mindsets. And the great thing is it's in like roughly 10-minute chunks, 10 episodes on Go 90, so you can watch it on your phone.
Okay, so is it live now?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first 3 episodes are out, so you can go watch them right now if you
What
want
have I been
to.
doing in my life?
I know! You
I'm gonna
have
check it out.
30 minutes to watch that.
Oh, I can do that
You
at
need to
work.
go do that.
I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
Cancel all my plans.
Yeah, done. Actually, this interview's done. We should just go watch it now.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Tell us where we can find you, although you're gonna be linked and everyone already knows, but just tell us.
So you can find me on Mr. Student Body President, as per usual. You can find me on Twitter, Arden Rose 186.
Okay.
You can find me on Instagram,
Arden Rose.
Arden Rose. That's true. That's the only one that has my actual name on it. Snapchat, arose186.
And then
And
obviously
then
your channel.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, all I do, I tell everyone this. Like, if someone's mom is like, "Where do I find you?" That was more grandmother. Someone's grandmother goes, "Where do I find you?" I say, just look up Arden in Google. Because no
It
one's
brings
name,
everything up,
Yeah, no
honestly.
one's name is Arden. So, like,
I love Arden. Wait, how did you get your name?
my mother.
Arden, you're amazing.
Aw.
High five for
High
realness.
five.
As per usual, in the comment section below, let me know who you want to see on upcoming episodes. I know you guys requested Arden, so I'm glad you're
Did I get
here.
requested?
You got a request. Total request.
Oh my God.
And let me know what topics you want us to discuss. We are here for you. We are here for the people. That's what Pretty
Yes.
Unfiltered is all about. As usual, find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kirby Johnson and Snapchat, Kirby.Johnson. All right?
You got it.
Thanks, Boo.
That was so good.
Say bye.
Bye.